Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be solving this problem called maximize it. So let's go through this. You are given a function fx is equal to x square. You are also given k lists. The ith list consists of ni elements. Ith list will have ni elements. Function is x square and k lists are there. You have to pick one element from each list so that the value from the equation below is maximized. You have to pick one element from each element so that this equation is maximized. Means you will get S max. S is equal to fx1 plus fx2 plus fx3 dot dot fxk modulo modulo m. This denotes modulo operator. Xi denotes the element picked from ith list. Find the maximized value S max obtain. Note that you are given you need to take exactly one element from each list, not necessarily the largest element. You add the squares of the chosen element and perform the modulo operation, which is this guy here. The maximum value that you can obtain will be the answer of the problem. That's the problem. Okay, so you have a function x square and you have some lists. From each list you have to take out one element and fit here in the this expression S, so that you will get maximum value of S. Okay, you have to pick in such a way, pick the elements from the list in such a way you will get this maximum value. Okay, by putting it. So fx1 means x1 square, fx2 means x2 square, x3. So x1, x2, x3, these are elements that are picked from the list. Okay, so let's go through this. So first line contains two space separated integers k and m. So how many lists and the division with modulo division with m, that value you will get. And then you have next k lines, each contains an integer ni. So for k lines you will be having means like those will be lists. Okay, each contains an integer ni that denotes the number of elements in the ith list, followed by ni space separated integers denoting the elements in the list. Okay, so here you can see the constraints. K has to be between 1 7, m has to be between 1 and 1000, ni has to be between 1 and 7, and the magnitude of elements in the list has to be between 1 and 10 to the power 9. And you have to output a single integer that denotes the maximum value, right? So here you can see an example. This is the value of k 3, this is the value of m 1000, and you can see since the value of k is 3, you have next 3 lines the list you will get. Now what it is saying that next k lines each contains an integer ni denoting the number of elements in the list, and followed by ni space separated integers denoting the number in the list. So you can see you have a k lines, total k lines means 3 is the k lines, where first line denotes the ni, that is the number, first element denotes the ni, that is the number of elements in the list. So there are 2 elements in the list, 5 and 4, right? So ni space separated integers denoting the elements in the list. Similarly here you have 3 elements, this 3 denoting 3 elements in the list, 7 8 9. Similarly 5 elements in the list, so 5 7 8 9 10. So the first guy is telling you how many elements are there in the list, in a particular list. Okay, so you have to make sure of that. Now you have to pick one element from each of it, put in this equation, so that you will get the maximum value of S. So that is what you have to calculate. So here you can see picking 5 from the first list, that is this guy, and 9 from second list, this guy, and 10 from the third list, this guy, gives the maximum S value, that is equal to 5 square plus 9 square plus 10 square modulo 1000, that is 206. So just this equation they have calculated. they have picked the element in such a way so that you will get the maximum of S. So how you wanna solve it? You have to write a code for this. Nothing has been given to you, right? So it looks a bit tricky, but you know something about this already. You can do that. So first let me set the base. Let me take the values k, m. That is the first thing we are getting, right? I'll map it, convert it into int, input, split, right? So that is how you will get the value of k and m. So these are you can print k comma m. Okay, so k and m you have here right now. So let me take for loop. So we just have to take these guys, the list we have to make. So for underscore in range k, because k lines will be there. Now you have to store the list value. Let me call it n, and a space separated there. So input dot split, then I'll convert it into int. All the elements will be converted into int, right? And map we have to do. Inside map I'll keep everything. Now this will give you a iterator type, so you have to convert into list, right? So this is how you will make the list. So first element you will get. So what n will have? Let's see. Print n. Okay. So you can see here you are having 254, 3789, 557. All these guys are converted into list. That is what I have done here. Now let me store these guys first. So let me call something, a variable called I, and let I dot append n. Okay, and let me show you print I. So what this will give you? So here you can see you are getting these guys, like in one single list you have all the elements. So first element will be 254, second element is 3789, and the third element is 5, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. But list values are 5, 4, 7, 8, 9, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 only, right? These guys are just telling you number of elements in the list. They are not the elements in the list. Okay. So what I can do is I can store like this. So instead of storing like this, I can remove the first guy. So you can see now. So instead of 254, we have 54. 54 is being stored. Similarly, 3 we have skipped. 789 we are taking 789. So this is stored, and finally we are taking this guy. First 5 I am removing. So it is not storing the 0th element. It starts storing from first element till last. So you have your required list now, right? So yeah, okay. Now comes the logic part. So what do you want? You want one of the element has to be taken from these guys, and the square of all the elements will be calculated, sum of it modulo m. That is what you have to do. So what I'll be doing, I'll calculate all the possible combinations of the elements in these three lists. Okay, so that's how I'll be getting all the possible combinations, all the possible combination that can be made. And there is a easier way to do it. When I talk about the combinations, what library comes in your head? That is itertools. Okay, and I'll use it. You can make the combinations like this. You can search about it. make combinations of all elements of multiple list. That's this type of thing you can search, multiple list Python. I'm showing you how to search like this, all combinations of a list of lists, Stack Overflow. So here you can see you have this one guy, another guy, and you want all possible combinations like 147, 148, 149, 1410, then 157, 158, 159, 1510, and 167, likewise. Okay, finally you will have 3610, right? That is what, so it is wanting. So you can use something called itertools dot product. Okay, so I'll take it, this guy, okay, and paste it. Instead of a, I'll write I, because in I only we have all the list, right? And we'll convert, we'll save it to I only, so that there won't be any confusion. Let me print I so that you will see. This is the most important part. That's where logic comes in. The rest of the parts you can do on your own. So here you can see all the possible combinations. I'll just comment these guys. So you can see all the possible combinations. So you have 5 4 7 8 9, 5 7 8 9 10. So you can see the combination 5 7 5, 5 7 7, 5 7 8, 5 7 9, 5 7 10. Then you have 5 8 5, right? Here you can see 5 8 5, then 5 8 7, 5 8 8, 5 8 9, 5 8 10. Then 5 9 5. Likewise you do the calculation. Finally you will have 4 9 5, 4 9 7, 4 9 8, 4 9 9, 4 9 10. Here you can see the last guy. So this gives you all the possible combinations. Now what I'll do, I'll calculate these guys, sum of each of it. So let me do that. So for let me call j in I, I have to calculate the sum, right? So let me call a variable r equal to list map comma j, right? You have to perform something here, right? So what I'll do, I'll use lambda x such that you'll get x square, right? So it will calculate the square of each element. That is what it will do. And j in I means this guy. J in I means this is whole thing is your I. This whole thing is your I, and j is one element. So it will take one element, calculate square of each element, and store it in R. Then let me print R so that you will see. Print R, as well as I'll print j. Print j, and let me comment this guy. Okay, let's run it. So you can see first element is 575 and it is calculating square of it. Then 577 square of it. So square of it we have calculated. We have to do the sum now. So let me call it temp variable, and let me append the sum of r, right? Sum of r, this is what we want. And then I'll print temp. Temp, and temp I'll define here sum list. Okay, so now you have seen R, you have seen J. Okay, let me show you. That is not the correct way. So let me show you in this fashion. So printing temp all the time. So here you can see 575 is there, then square has been calculated, and the sum of all these guys. Okay, 5 5 10 19, 9 is there, 1 4 5 6 7 8 9, 99 will be the sum. Then again next guy comes, square of it has been calculated, sum has been appended to temp, like likewise it is appending. So finally how it looks, if I'll comment this guy, this guy, now you can see the temp. So all of it are having the square and sum has been calculated. Now I just have to calculate the modulo. So modulo m I have to do, right? So for I in temp, or k, let me call it k in temp, what do I have to do? I'll append in s because s is the value here, expression name. So s will have I, not I, k modulo m, right? This is what we have done. And finally I'll print s, and I'll define s here, right? So this is how we'll be looking at. Let me run it. Now you have this temp here, where the squares, sum of the squares has been calculated. Now if you will divide it by m, you are getting this. So each of the element is modulo division by m. So this is what you are getting. Now calculate the max of it. Print s but maximum. So use max function. That will give you max. Okay, so step by step we have calculated 206 was expected. So let me print this, comment this guy, similarly comment this guy. Now your program is done, right? So step by step I have calculated. The most important part was this iter2 product, all the possible combinations I calculated, and then out of all possible combinations I calculated this expression for all of it, and finally calculated the maximum of it, right? Let me submit this. All the test cases are passed. Congratulations. Okay, so you can also do something, concise it. Let me remove this guy. So this guy is not required. You can do the modulo here only, right? And store it in temp. So let me do that. So modulo m you will do here and append in temp. So instead of this guy, you can remove it. I'll write s here, and I'll remove this temp part. So I'm keeping it much more crisp. This is not required, this is not required. Similarly you can all do this, Control X, and in place of R you can write same thing I am doing, but just concising it, right? So you have only one line here, and then directly you have S. Now similar way here also you can remove this guy, not required. Now printing, it was just to show you the results. Now this whole thing I can cut and put in place of N, Control V, this I can remove, right? So this is how a better looking short program will look like. Okay, still if I'll run it, sample test cases pass. All the test cases are passed, right? Just I've removed the extra variables. It was just to show you. Most important thing is this iter tool, and you should click in your head, because now you are equipped with the knowledge of iter tools. We have done the questions before, so it should come in your head. Rest of the things are easier, I mean, you can think about it. This is the most important thing here, and plus this is also one important thing. So the first elements are just the number of elements in the list. It's not a part of the list, you might think. So this line clears it. So it was the problem, and I think there is nothing much. So we have finished it. Let's move on to the next problem now.